So a lot of Christians have this idea in mind that if you've got two options, option A and option B, the way to decide what the Christian thing to do is ask yourself which option gets the gospel to more people. And that's the only thing that matters. And I want to say that's a really terrible mindset. that mindset assumes that the gospel is a pyramid scheme. Let's get into some of the reasons why people diminish general revelation, because there are a number of reasons, and a lot of it deals with presuppositionalism, but not always. So one reason is that a lot of people think that the only thing, and they think this implicitly, they're not going to say it explicitly, they think the only thing that matters, or the main thing that matters in Christian life, is evangelism and salvation. And the reasoning goes like this. Well, general revelation can't save you. Only scripture can save you. Only the gospel can save you. Only special revelation can save you, right? So if general revelation can't save you, then what's the point of studying it? And the implicit assumption is the only thing that matters is salvation. The only thing that matters is evangelism. And I say most people wouldn't say that out loud, because they would realize pretty quickly that that's contrary to most of the New Testament, right? That there's a point to our salvation. We're meant to do something once we're saved. We're meant to glorify God in every other area of life once we're saved. It's not salvation as an end in itself. But I think a lot of Christians, and this is not unique to presuppositionalism, a lot of Christians in America today do have this sort of what I call a pyramid scheme mindset to salvation or to evangelism, where the purpose of the Christian life is to witness to as many people as possible. Evangelism is the main purpose, and everything that the Christian does should bow the knee, so to speak, to the question, how is this going to save more souls? How is this going to get the gospel to more people? And if the answer is this can't get the gospel to more people, then that's not the right thing to do. Right. So a lot of Christians have this idea in mind that if you've got two options, option A and option B, the way to decide what the Christian thing to do is ask yourself which option gets the gospel to more people. And that's the only thing that matters. And I want to say that's a really terrible mindset. that mindset assumes that the gospel is a pyramid scheme where you are evangelizing for the sake of creating evangelists, and it's the question is, when does this ever cash out into anything other than conversion? What's the purpose of all this? Because I would say that the purpose of the Christian life is to glorify God in everything that you do, which includes evangelism, but it's not exclusive to evangelism. There are many things that we ought to be doing in our lives to glorify God in addition to evangelism. And if you doubt that, think about heaven. There won't be any evangelism in heaven, right? If you're not sure why, think about it for a second. There won't be any evangelism for heaven. There won't be any need for evangelism in heaven. How then will we glorify God? If you don't have an answer for that, then you need to stop and think really hard about your Christian life. Right. So that's sort of the first implicit objection, is the idea that salvation is the only thing or the main thing that matters to the Christian life. I don't think that's the case. Evangelism is very important. Missions is very important, but it's not the only thing that matters. And if you assume that it's the only thing that matters, then yeah, you're going to think that general revelation doesn't matter that much, because general revelation doesn't preach the gospel. But as I just pointed out, that assumption is false. So that's not a very good reason to diminish or to eschew general revelation.